Hey guys, it's that time of week again where we look at WWE Raw. Was it as cold as it is today, or was it awesome? Let's find out on Smack Talk Raw Review. So we started off the show with something completely different. We had Roman Reigns start the show. And I'm saying this sarcastically because if it's not an authority figure starting off the show, it's usually Roman. So it was an okay change. But Roman was pretty much dedicating his victory over Samoa Joe from last week to his best mate Dean Ambrose, who's off injured. And pretty much stating that it's still his yard. Then he's interrupted by someone who's absolutely a waste of space, it seems right now. Jason Jordan. I don't understand this. Just turn him heel or do something. But right now, throwing a championship on him, making him work with Seth Rollins isn't working. Pretty much stating that he appreciated what Roman did, you know, getting rid of Joe and all this lot. And, you know, that he's here to back Roman up, just like Seth is. And he was speaking on behalf of Seth. Seth comes out and says, you need to show up. You're spoiling the moment. You know, Roman was dedicating this to Dean, our brother, and you just come out and spoil it. And you know, Jason's like, what are you talking about? We're the most dominant team here, and just the two of them. That look was just perfect. Like, what are you on? And then the Balor Club comes out. The most for me, it's taken only 1 week, and they are already super over, which is brilliant. They were over when they were just like, oh my god, we're having these guys back together, which seemed like a one-day thing. No, got them back again this week, and Balor was just like, what are you talking about? We're the most dominant team on Raw. And Jason Jordan mouths off again. The club just get face to face. Kurt Angle finally comes out and goes, well, for our main event tonight, we're having the Balor Club take on the Championship Club, because that's what Jason Jordan named them. And there you go. It was a good way to kick off the show. Definitely got you excited because, let's be honest, it's Balor Club, which we all know is just Bullet Club, but it's so cool to see. And it's kind of like they're taking on the Shield, but it's not the full Shield. So again, it was a good way to kick off the show. So we started off the show with a women's tag team match. The babyface team of Sasha Banks and Bayley taking on the heel team from Absolution with Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. And to be honest, this was a little bit disappointing. Yes, you had Paige on the side and you had Mickie James on the side rooting for their teams. But it was just like, seeing this, don't need to see it again. And we knew who was going to win. You didn't have Paige on Absolution's team this time. So it was kind of obvious. Yes, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville had the majority of the control. Very typical babyface versus heel match. But end of the day, it just felt like, oh, Absolution's lost. What a shame. But the strongest wrestler in Absolution wasn't in, so it doesn't count because the other two don't feel like they are much of a threat without Paige. Yeah, Bayley and Sasha Banks had a good run. Bayley's good at being underhand, you know, being absolutely destroyed at the start, and then Sasha Banks comes in, gets beaten up quite a lot, and gets the win. But yeah, they just keep on ticking on until the Women's Royal Rumble. We all know this, but yeah, it wasn't the best match to watch. Then we had Woken Matt Hardy's debut match on Raw, and I'm not gonna lie, it lived up to everything I was hoping for. He took on Hawkins, which, you know, makes sense. The biggest jobber in the company, taking on possibly one of the coolest gimmicks right now. And to be honest, Matt Hardy just looked absolutely insane. He felt crazy in the ring, and I liked his new entrance. You know, you still got the Hardy Boys stuff playing in the back, but the new music and hearing him laugh, and it's mental. The match itself was a quick, easy win. Completely destroyed Hawkins. And then who comes into the ring? None other than Bray Wyatt, who is obviously in this really crazy feud with Woken Matt Hardy. And it was good. It was like both men were in the ring. They didn't say up. They just laughed at each other, and that was it. I liked it, you know, I like the craziness. And we had the Miz's return, which started off with Elias playing his guitar, introducing the Miz and the Miztourage, which was, to be honest, the best thing Elias has done in a while. And it was a great promo. Let's be honest, the Miz is one of the best talkers in the company. Pretty much slated that the company needed him. The show kept on mentioning him even when he was away, and he thanked the Miztourage for, you know, keeping on his good name while he was away. And that was great. You know, he pretty much stated that he wanted his Intercontinental Championship back, which was fine. And he slated that he's going to get revenge on Roman Reigns. After this, we did see Miz backstage, where he talked to Kurt Angle and said, look, I've just been given my own show on the USA Network with my wife, so they obviously know how I can run a show, but I've got an idea for you, you know, Angle. How about giving me my Intercontinental rematch against Roman Reigns at the 25th anniversary of Raw? And that was cool. I like that. It's a great idea. It's a big championship match on Raw in 2 weeks' time. And he also mentioned his mixed match challenge partner, which is going to be Oscar, which is also cool. So pretty much a very strong segment, and a lot of strong segments altogether for The Miz. He looks like he's got the best partner in the mixed match challenge. Say that 10 times fast. Can't wait to see him in 2 weeks' time taking on Roman Reigns. And he's just a great promo for his return. We had our 205 Cruiserweight Championship match, which we were supposed to have last week, but as we all know, Enzo Amore was ill. And to be honest, it was a very good match. Both Alexander and Enzo performed really well. You just definitely saw a better performance by Enzo in this match. It's definitely his best match he's had since being champion. Then we also saw Enzo's head get cut open by Curtis Alexander. Obviously, it was an accident. Busted up his head. And then it looked like Enzo actually hurt his ankle as well when Curtis did a jump out of a ring. Enzo's leg buckled under the weight, and he couldn't continue the match. He got a count out. Curtis Alexander got the count out victory, which obviously means he's still #1 contender to take on Enzo. But was this all legit, or was this part of a storyline? We don't know yet. Obviously, we'll find out on 205 this week. But again, a very good match Alexander and Enzo had. And if this is going to continue for the Royal Rumble, I can't wait to see how their match, if they have a little bit more time, will evolve. So WWE gave us our first shocked victory of the year, and it was Titus Worldwide taking on the Bar, because obviously the Bar were annoyed that they were supposed to have their rematch against Jason Jordan and Seth Rollins tonight. Kurt Angle said, look, got a better idea, how about you guys have your rematch at the Royal Rumble? And Sheamus and Cesaro were like, well, what about us tonight? We want a match. So Kurt went, alright, I'll find you competitors. Got him some competitors, and it was Titus O'Neil. And the first thing I thought was, well, this is going to be a squash match. And it wasn't. Titus Worldwide got the win. It was the shock of the year so far. And I kind of like this. It means that Titus Worldwide have finally got a victory, which could mean that they're going to elevate them into the tag team division, which they should be put into, not as single competitors, but as a tag team faction. And it means that if this is the case, we could have more challenges for the Raw tag team titles, which I don't mind, because let's be honest, we've only had the Shield and the Bar for a long time, and then we need to build more teams up to get to that level of taking on for the title. So I'm happy with that. And we had our traditional Brock Lesnar, aka Paul Heyman, segment, and it was obviously a good segment. Paul Heyman again, very, very strong, cutting a great promo against Strowman and Kane. They're walking up the ramp. Kane attacks Brock Lesnar. They go backstage. Then both men are absolutely destroyed by the monster of men, Braun Strowman, just pretty much throwing them about, throwing all this heavy packaging, moving equipment around, just destroying. And then he pulls down half the friggin' stage area. That was so good. Alright, Strowman has had the best backstage segments in a long time. It was so cool. I was like, holy sh... It was that cool. I actually thought Brock Lesnar and Kane were legitimately dead at one point. But yeah, it was awesome to see. Again, you're building up Braun Strowman in the best way possible. Please don't ruin this, WWE. Don't ruin it. But again, awesome backstage segment. What more can I say? We had Samoa Joe have a match against Rhino. And let's be honest, it wasn't going to be anything. It wasn't going to be... We weren't going to have two shock matches, were we? But yes, it seemed just literally like a squash match. It lasted about less than 5 minutes in my eyes. Samoa Joe pretty much choked out Rhino. Bit of a shame. I do like Rhino and Slater, but I don't understand what WWE are trying to do with these guys by toughening them up, by taking on the big names on top of the mountain, as WWE said, and pretty much stating that these guys are below that. But yes, it was a poor match. It was a poor match to watch, really, because Samoa Joe had a fantastic match, 2 weeks ago against Roman Reigns. This week, he's now taking on Rhino. And it was just easy. But the best thing about it was that we got Samoa Joe announcing he is going to be in the Royal Rumble. So that's always an up. That's always a good thing. So that's alright. Then we had Asuka being attacked by Nia Jax before her match. I'm not sure if it was supposed to be Nia Jax versus Asuka in this. But what I do know is I saw a local talent run away. So who knows. Asuka got attacked. Definitely building up a new feud. Definitely going to see how this builds up, because I'm actually intrigued to see how they build up Asuka and Nia, because let's be honest, they built Asuka up quite well since she's come up from NXT. Nia's been stop and start matching, so it'll be interesting to see. I'm very much looking forward to seeing this feud build up. So we get to our main event, which was the Club, aka Balor Club, taking on 2/3 of a Shield plus Jason Jordan. And to be honest, it was a good main event. Both teams looked very strong. Jason Jordan wasn't in the match as much, which was good. Karl Anderson and Luke Gallows just looked brilliant working with Finn. It's like they've just got back on a bicycle, and it's just amazing. This team is got... If WWE book them right, this could be one of the strongest teams you could have in the company, and just use them properly would be amazing to see. Seth, absolutely, Seth was MVP in this match for me. It was just everything cool. Pretty much Seth was involved in, and that just shows you how good of a wrestler he is. Roman Reigns, again, strong. He's a powerhouse on that team, and he looked that part. And again, there was that miscommunication, very much like Jason Jordan getting too cocky, too, hot-headed, and he cost his team the win by jumping into the ring, referee having to push him away. Seth Rollins, pretty much tapping in Roman to get into tagging Roman in. Roman comes in, refs pushing Roman out because he didn't see the tag. So Gallows and Anderson take out Seth, and then Balor takes out Seth again. 2 finishes on Seth, and the Club get the victory. It's the right decision, giving them that momentum. It's been a week since they've rejoined as a team, and my god, the Club feel like the hottest thing on Raw right now as a team. And there you go, guys. It was a good match. But before the show ended, we did have a little bit extra with the Miztourage taking out Jason Jordan, Seth Rollins, and then they attacked the big dog Roman Reigns in the ring. Skull crushing finale on him, and then the triple power bomb as well, just to finish the match off. And that was awesome to see as well. It's just pretty much highlighting Roman. That match is now ended, I'm back and I'm after my title. Which, let's be honest, I wouldn't mind seeing The Miz with the Intercontinental Championship again, because he just feels like he's legitimately the best guy to hold that title, because he is. He literally is. And there you go, guys. That's our Raw review for this week. There's only one thing I'm going to say. There was a comment by the commentating team on Raw which stated that Roman Reigns was the best wrestler in all of wrestling. Not in the company, in all of wrestling around the world. And I'm just going to name 4 people in the world right now who are already 10 times better wrestlers than Roman Reigns. Naito, Okada, Omega, Styles. 3 of those work for New Japan. So obviously you're not going to truly mention them. But AJ Styles is the best wrestler in your company, and I would say in the world right now. So it blows my mind that these guys were like, oh, Roman Reigns is the best. We understand he's the guy Vince has chosen to be the big dog of the company. But for the fans, if you look at and see the reactions, there's only one man who is the champ, the people's champ, as I would like to say. And that's AJ Styles. He is our dog. He's our alpha in this company. But that's my 2 cents for it. But the actual show itself was awesome. Through and through, The Miz just stole the show again. And I cannot wait to see more of the Balor Club, because too sweet. It's too sweet. And there you go, guys. That was my review. If you give us a comments below, tell us what you think. If you like our videos, you know what to do. Like, subscribe. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, you're more than welcome. It's at Boise88, and I'll see you guys next week. Well, next week for our Raw review and tomorrow for our SmackDown review. Bye.